Hi, this is Billy Joe with Moon Goddess 114433, and I am bringing you yet again another pick a card reading. So do remember that I do personal readings. If you require a personal reading, you can send me an email at moongoddess114433@gmail.com, and I will get you set up. Pretty easy peasy. I do a turnaround about 24 to 48 hours. So the pick a card I have for you today is when you find yourself in a karmic situation, like there's a third party between the person of your interest, you, and someone else. So this is taking a look between your person and then how they view you versus how they view that other person and how they feel, etc. So we're going to take a look and see what's going on. This is one that a subscriber has sent me an email and requested too. And I'm hoping I do it justice. I had to meditate on this and think about how to do this. So this may be kind of interesting. Do know that if it has to do with a karmic situation, if you're a high-level soulmate or a twin flame, do keep in mind that all karmics are in you and your person's life for a reason. I know it's hard not to focus on the stuff it's trudging up, but it really is a healing mechanism. So do keep that in mind. If you do need a personal reading, you can always reach out to me. I'd be happy to help. So the three choices you have: deck number 1 with the electroplated amethyst, deck number 2 with the rose quartz, and deck number 3 with the pyrite, or fool's gold to some people. So I'm going to set these other two aside, and I'm going to go ahead and get started with deck number 1. For those of you that chose deck number 1 with the electroplated amethyst, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? That is absolutely spectacular. You see all the blues and the purple, and it's just gorgeous. Okay. So this represents your person. This card represents you. This card represents the third party. Now, do understand that these two can be reversed. Like, this is supposed to be you, but it could be the other person, and this could be you. Just take it how this resonates for you. This is how your person views you. This is how they feel about you. And this is what's going on. And this is how your person views the third party. This is how your person feels about the third party. And this is what's going on in their situation. Wow. So let's go ahead and see. So they're your person. So we have the Lover's card. So this tells me that your person, lots of times in different tarot decks, the Lover's card represents making a choice. So your person may be stuck in trying to make a choice between you and that third party. Or maybe they're just kind of stuck trying to decide what to do. And again, Lovers does have to also signify, for some situations, it signifies a soulmate connection. So, representing you, we have the King of Swords. So, the King of Swords is the most intelligent king of the deck. Now, do keep in mind that swords are an air signs. It represents air. It doesn't mean that you have an air sign in your chart, but it could, just in case it resonates with you. Air signs such as Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius. These people are doesn't mean you are those signs. You could have them in your chart. You could not. It just means you have the the energy of the King of Swords. And the King of Swords is highly clever, very logical, very smart. These are people who are like lawyers and anyone, like, especially of authority, anyone in authority. So how does your person, I'm going to put your person and the lovers up here so we can just kind of compare the two when we get there. Okay, how does your person view you? So we have the Page of Earth. Again, this is someone who's they view as successful. They think that you're good with finances. This is someone who, pages also are people who study, so they probably see you as someone who is maybe studying finances or going back to school, in the process of learning things. So you're very smart and you're learning some things. That's how they view you. How do they feel about you? We have the Knight of Water. So the Knight of Water, that's like the Knight of Cups. It's emotional. So this is talking about someone with romantic feelings, falling in love with you. Of course, down here also says wedding proposals. Doesn't mean they're going to propose to you. It may mean they're wanting to take your relationship to the next step, the next level. But they do have love for you. What's going on in your situation? You have the Nine of Air. So the Nine of Air is like the Nine of Swords, where you're losing sleep. Okay. You may be staying up, you and your person may be losing a lot of sleep. You are worried about where this connection is going, what's happening. And basically this talks about, when you're hearing that negative voice, that negative Nancy voice in your head, and like, he doesn't really love me. He doesn't really have those feelings that I have. And you lose sleep thinking about it. It's driving you crazy. It's becoming a fear, an obsession. That's what this is talking about. But in all reality, he admires you. And I speak like a divine feminine. So if you're a divine masculine, or I speak like a woman talking about men. So if you are a man watching, just take it as it resonates for a female. But, anyhow, this person, actually, those fears you have are unjustified because this person looks up to you. This person admires you. They have romantic feelings for you. And we have the Lover. So the Lover's card, just tells me that he really loves you. Okay? So let's sit these down to the side. And let's look at the third party, the other person. Okay, this other person. So we have the Chariot here. The Chariot can sometimes mean someone who has Cancer in their chart. This also represents someone who's very on the go, very go-getter. They're on the go. Sometimes you see their horses are not going into alignment. Like they're such in a hurry that they get a little clumsy. Okay. So how does your person view this third party? So we have King of Earth, which is like the King of Pentacles. Someone who's generous, professional, responsible, practical. They probably see this person as someone who can make anything happen. They probably see this person as a manifester. Someone who's very successful. Someone who is like management in business, can take care of finances. Someone who can help them with some type of opportunity. How does your person feel about the third party? We have the Seven of Waters. That's like the Seven of Cups. The Seven of Water has to do with like trying to make a choice, trying to make a decision. Like, what I'm sensing, though, is like they don't really know how to feel about this person. Like this, like, like they have emotions, but it's not like, I'm not getting like romantic, lovey-dovey type of emotions. It's like a complex emotion. It's very, it's deep, but it's not as deep as the Knight of Water, which is what you had. It's more of a, I'm hearing appreciative, an appreciative like of love, or a friendship type of love, and trying to keep things balanced. What's going on in this situation? We have the number 12 for awakening. It's kind of like it's the Hanged Man, where you're learning to see things from a different perspective. But right now things are at a standstill. You know, this is like, you know, here Archangel Gabriel is. He's kind of, if you see him, there he is. But he's hanging upside down because he's kind of stuck in a standstill. There's no really movement because you're in the process of an awakening. And that's what this stands for. So this person is pretty much assisting them through their awakening process. But as far as the emotions are for you. Those romantic feelings in the fears that you have are all self-generated. Those are things that you have to learn to work through on your own, because they are projected. They're not true feelings. Okay? So I hope this helped. If it did, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you need a reading, you can always send me an email at moongoddess114433@gmail.com, and I'll get you set up. Moving on to those that picked deck 2 with the rose quartz. It's a nice little chunk there of the rose quartz. I always like rose quartz. It always makes me feel absolutely divine. Just holding it. It's the vibration of self-love and healing. Okay. So this card represents your person. This card represents you. This card represents the third party. This card represents how your person views you. This card represents how your person feels about you. And this card represents the situation between you. What's going on. This card represents how your person views the third party, or karmic. This card represents how your person feels for that person. And this card represents the situation between the two of them. Do keep in mind that these cards, these situations can be flip-flopped. This can represent you, and this is the third party, or this can be the third party, and this can be you. Okay? When I talk about, also, Spirit's telling me to remind you that when I talk about masculine energy and feminine energy, I'm not talking about genders. Okay? In a relationship, whether it's male-female, or it's male-male, female-female, those genders don't matter, because we're talking about the energy. You can be in any kind of relationship. One of you is more dominant in the masculine energy, and the other one is more dominant in the feminine energy. Okay? So just take whichever one resonates. So, your person. So your person is represented by the Tower card. Oh my. Your person, so the Tower is, when situations occur, it's like, how can I describe it? You know when you're towed not to do something and you do it anyways. Like, for example, your mama tells you to stay out of the pantry. I mean, she doesn't have to tell you why to stay out of the pantry because she's the mom, right? But you really want to sneak in the middle of the night and get up and go eat that snack. So you're tiptoeing in the dark and you reach in the pantry and all of a sudden you get snatched by a mouse trap. Now, you never would have gotten snapped with the mouse trap if you would have obeyed and not snuck for some snacks. That's a tower moment, okay? And keep that energy in mind when you're referring to a person. This is someone who I'm seeing and hearing someone that's clumsy. They have to learn things the hard way. Okay? This can also represent, for a few of you I'm hearing, because the tower can represent like, for example, how do I say this? It can represent someone who's going through a divorce or a significant life change. And usually tower moments are forced. It's who really wants to go through the tower moment. I mean, the idea of going through a transformation is all good and everything until you have to have the tower moment to go through it, right? So, this card represents you. We have the Emperor. You are someone who likes to take the lead. You like to be in control. Now, the Emperor carries a strong masculine energy. It doesn't mean you're a man. You can be a woman and carry the masculine energy in the relationship. And I can see how that could be possible, whether you're male or female, gender-wise. The Emperor is going to have to pretty much lead the one who's the clumsy one, right? Always tripping and falling. Always having to learn things the hard way. Maybe for some of you, I'm hearing they like to go gamble. And this is not everybody. But a few of you, maybe they like to go gamble and they like come back, oh shit, babe, I lost all of our money. And it's up to you to really figure out how the fuck to pay the bills. That's not, that's just an example. But the Emperor's the more the leader between the two. How does the tower person, how's your person feel, I'm getting confused. How's your person view you? Sorry. We have the number 21 for the World. Wow. Basically, you are their world. Like, you're the person that makes everything fall into place. You give this person joy. Look, joy and contentment, and they have gratitude for you. It's like everything, all the puzzle pieces, like if it's up to this person, it might be scattered around everywhere looking for the other puzzle piece, but for somehow you just make it all click together. How do they feel about you? Yeah, the number 7 for the Chariot. Now, these horses are moving upwards. They're in an upward momentum, and they're moving together. So they're pretty much in balance, and they're in an upward movement, which means they feel like they want to move things forward with you. This is telling me, as far as their feelings, they have joyful feelings with you. They have these feelings of wanting to progress the relationship to a higher level. Okay? They're wanting to get the move on. Get it together. Let's get it moving. The situation, the 9 of Earth. So they enjoy spending time with you. It is Earth, so you may work together. Not all of you, but some of you may work together. And so in the hustle bustle of everyday life, they just enjoy getting to spend some time with you alone. Because actually you're the emperor. You don't really, have to have them. You don't need them. You want them. And they know this. You're successful in your own right. You're a goddess in your own right. And they know this. Okay. So that is between the two of you. Now let's look about the third party. So with third party, we have the Knight of Wands. Now, the Wands can represent someone who has fire in their chart. Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius. It doesn't have to. You just may have some of that energy. Okay, the Knight, your third person. The Knight of Wands is someone who... The Knight of Wands is not like a stable relationship. It's more like a booty call. Like they're in and out of the life. They're in and out, in and out, in and out. It's like, and sometimes it's passion, it's hot, it's fiery. It's maybe they come in and there's an argument. They're always fighting. It's always growling. I'm hearing growling and And other times they might be I'm trying to catch my words here. Other times they might be beeping. I'm going to beep instead of saying the cuss word just to make up. They're beep just to make up. Okay? There's that. I'm trying to watch my mouth. I'm not really good at that, but I'm trying, y'all. Okay. So how does your person view this person? So we have the Hermit. They'd rather not be around this person. I mean, because the Hermit's all about spending time alone, meditating, going to spiritual growth. But with the Hermit, I mean, I know when I'm in Hermit energy, I don't want to be messed with. I just want to be by myself. I don't want to talk to nobody. I want you to just leave me alone. So in this energy, what I'm seeing is they view this person as someone they don't really want to spend time with. They'd rather not be around them. How do they feel about this person? We have the Ace of Fire. So of course, that's like what I was saying with the Wands. It's fiery. It's the beginning of fire. The fire is a new beginning in action. Lots of times when I'm giving readings and the Ace of Fire comes up, it's like the Ace of Wands, and it's like a strong sexual vibe, but I'm not getting that because he's got his wand kind of put up over his shoulder he's holding it. He's not sharing that wand, you see. So I don't get no sexual excitement off of this Ace of Fire. I'm getting more of and he's smiling. So it's like, I'm getting more of a sense of the feeling of wanting to, like a flame leaps. This isn't the full card, but I'm getting a real sense of wanting to take a leap. Wanting to jump out of the frying pan into the fire kind of sense. Like, get me the fuck away from this person and the situation. Ego. Look. One of them is wearing a false mask. So there's a false sense of entrapment here. It's feeling like they're trapped with this person. And they can't get away from this person. And it's like they can't be themselves around this person. Okay. So I hope this helped you. If it did, please like, share, comment, subscribe. Do remember, if you need a personal reading, you can send me an email at moongoddess114433@gmail.com. I do twin flame readings, soulmate readings for $33. And all that information is down in the description box. Moving on to those that picked pile 3 with the pyrite. Pyrite. Is that not beautiful? That is a huge chunk. My mother found this for me at an estate sale. Can you believe it? Holy moly. It's gorgeous. I'll tell you what I do with my pyrite. Now, I have my little money thing here. Candle magic. My candle went out. I've got to relight it. But I put pyrite, see, in with my candle magic, along with the cinnamon and bay leaf and my little coins I've got. My little things I want to throw in there. Do remember that if you do candle magic, you got to work it every day, especially for finances. And then I also put pyrite in my sweet jar, trying to seduce the money to flow my way. Right? It's in there somewhere, along with, oh, there it is, right there. Of course, if y'all wanted me to ever do any videos about making sweet jars or candle magic, just comment down below, and if you want to see that, then I'll do a video on that. But this is pile 3, and we're going to move on to this reading. Okay. So this card represents your person. This card represents you. This card represents the third party. This card represents how your person views you. This card represents how your person feels about you. And this card represents the situation between the two of you. This card represents how your person views the third party. This card represents how your person feels about the third party. And this card represents the situation between the two of them. Okay. Do remember that these energies can be reversed, like this is meant to be you and this is the third party, but however it resonates, the bottom card may feel more like you and this is them. So just take it how it resonates. Do not ever force anything to fit, because remember, we ain't got enough lube for that. Okay, your person is represented by the Judgment card. This is someone who may have had a downfall and they've built themselves back up, because I see this as a resurrection type card. It may be someone that you've dated before in the past and y'all have gotten back together. That kind of energy for this person. For you, I have the Death card. This can represent, doesn't mean that you have it, but you could have Scorpio in your chart. The Death card is a representation of the Scorpio energy. This is mostly, I see this as someone who's gone through a transformation. They're no longer the person they used to be. And they have become better. They've transformed into a butterfly. You have to go through a little death to grow. Okay? How does your person view you? We have the King of Water. So, the King of Water, someone's very trustworthy, and they're very compassionate. Your person trusts and respects you. Okay? They go to you for advice, and they see you as someone who's very generous. You help others who has the need of your assistance. You help people a lot. How do they feel about you? We have the number 8 for the Justice card. So, to me, this is a card about balance, fairness, standing up for what you believe in. So their feelings regarding you, I would say, would be balanced. Spirit is telling me they have a love for you that's equally a friendship as well. So, lots of times you have relationships that there's love there, but no friendship. You didn't build that friendship first. But in this, there's trust, there's friendship, there's harmony, and they feel all these things for you. And there is love because they view you as a king of water. The situation, the 7 of air. It's like the 7 of swords. They see things as, as it says down here, poor timing. I'm hearing plans because, they do have, it says plans need revision. But what I'm hearing is I've got a plan. I've got a plan. I'm just trying to work out my plan. So whatever it is that's blocking this union in this relationship, your person is trying to, even with the Judgment card, it's like they're trying to make their plan manifest. So I'm getting a sense that y'all's not like together because I'm just sensing that it's not the right time. They wish they had met you at a different time. Okay. So, now let's see how they are with this third person. So, the third person is the King of Cups. So, now I'm going to remind you again, just because it says King of Cups does not mean it's a man. It could be a woman. These are energies. So the King of Cups, that's like the King of Water there. But the King of Cups is someone who is very generous, very trustworthy, very honest, compassionate. They have a big heart. Of course, Cups is water signs, which could be Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. Doesn't mean they have these. It could just be in their chart somewhere. How does your person view the third party? Well, we have life experience, significant life event, a powerful revelation that leads to change, time to spread your wings. But what I'm seeing is, what I'm hearing is, with the life experience, I'm just seeing like the angels walking away from this tower here and more walking towards something here that's blooming. Time to spread your wings is, telling me that they view this person as someone